standing.
Hello, this is Luke from Play.
This is Paul.
And today we're going to be having a bit of a chat about Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, which looks rather lovely.
Yeah, and we've got to see quite a lot of it now in various bits and pieces from when it was revealed to what they've shown off at Tokyo Game Show and so on. So there's quite a lot to talk about, I think.
There is, and by all accounts, I've played the demo, which was Ground Zeroes.
Yeah.
Lol.
And that was good.
It was bloody good, yeah. I really enjoyed that. You know, it was short, but you play it in different ways. You go about your business. You make your own fun. It was a stealth sandbox. It was exactly what it was advertised as.
Yeah, I mean that game basically gives a setup for the Phantom Pain in terms of story, which is all about the revenge of Snake, really, due to what's happened in Ground Zeroes. It's also got narrative threads that connect to Peace Walker as well, hasn't it? I mean, I haven't played Peace Walker, so I'm a bit that part of it. But you've played Peace Walker.
I have.
So.
I mean, it's a weird one because it was designed to be a handheld game, so the missions are very piecemeal. It's very much kind of in the Monster Hunter framework, because that was what to do at the time. Everyone copies Monster Hunter because it's popular. So yeah, the missions themselves are kind of short, quite bitty, but the story behind it all is what sets you up for Ground Zeroes and then for Phantom Pain. So if you haven't played it, it's worth checking out definitely on the HD collection if you can. If not, just grab the PSP version on Vita just to scrub up on your backstory.
Yeah, but I mean, Kojima's talked about us sort of seeing how Snake became Big Boss, which in this game, which I think is going to be quite interesting to see how sort of dark it goes with that.
Yeah, I mean, the problem they're facing with this is they're talking about doing all this dark stuff, and then you've got cardboard boxes with sexy ladies on the side.
Yeah, I mean, that's always been a problem with Metal Gear to an extent, but I think it's always had that silly side. But yeah, now they're talking about it going really dark, and yeah, as you say, that stuff is a bit jarring with that, so I'm not sure whether that'll work or not, but we'll have to wait and see.
If anyone can make it work, it's Kojima.
Yeah. But anyway, in terms of where it's going to take place, I mean, Afghanistan's the location that we've...
A big place, I understand.
Yeah, a big place. We've had Afghanistan. Some of the areas look like they're set in Africa to me. I mean, we saw that footage at Tokyo Game Show in a jungle-like area, which doesn't really look like Afghanistan.
Yeah, well, we know Afghanistan's not the only setting in the game. They've said this already. Like, if you looked at the map that was released from was it E3, the map? I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So they had the Afghanistan play space on there, but there was a lot of blanked out space as well, which was kind of indicative of the size of the rest of the area of the game, and that looked huge.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a sort of bit more jet setting in the way that MGS4 was, rather than the previous games that were set to one location.
Well, it's kind of going to have to be, because again, everything we've seen so far, tying even the stuff we've seen together, is going to take hours. Like, there's so many disparate bits and bobs all over the place, set all over the world at different times. Like, it's going to be a huge game. Like,
yeah. Well, speaking of fitting everything together, I mean, one of the most interesting things is going to be how the stuff we originally saw when they were teasing the Phantom Pain fits in, because obviously we were. I mean, all the stuff we've seen now, when we've heard a lot about the story, but we almost forget that the original stuff was all very weird, like a giant whale falling out of the sky.
The original VGX trailer,
yeah,
when it was just the Phantom Pain, and it was made by Joaquin whatever at Moby Dick Studios who don't exist, and it was all one big Kojima prank.
Yeah, but there still looked like there was quite a lot of stuff in there that you would imagine is going to be in the main game, so it'll be interesting to find out how that weird stuff fits in with the more realistic stuff. If you
well, I mean, I can see it working, because you know, at this point in the story, between Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain, Snake's in a coma, or Big Boss, or whatever, Punish Snake, Venom Snake, whatever he feels like calling himself today. So he's in one of his 2 comas apparently, but now there are only 1 according to Kojima, so we'll see how that works. But it looks like maybe we'll be playing out some of kind of dream sequence stuff during that time.
There are hints at past characters.
Exactly. You've got there's like the Volgan guy in the fire. There's like a young Psycho Mantis in one of the trailers as well. Kind of a lot of nods to stuff that has already happened. A lot of kind of general sort of Metal Gear-y themes going on there, but not stuff that necessarily would tie into kind of a realistic, gritty narrative like bits of it look like they're trying to portray.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
For sure. So one of the things that surprised me was when they announced that it's going to have multiplayer.
Yeah, and what surprised me more is that I actually want to play it. Whereas like Metal Gear, I want to play Metal Gear because I love, single player Metal Gear, but that multiplayer mode looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. But no, everything is Dark Souls now, right?
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? But yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen, I mean, it's got these base building mechanics in it, but now seems that the base building is all focused on multiplayer, really, because what you're doing when you're building your base is basically creating a level for other players to invade, and as you upgrade your base, you can get better security cameras with guns on them or whatever. Basically access to more stuff that's going to trip people up who are trying to infiltrate your base. That seems, and nicking stuff from your friends and annoying them sounds really good.
It does, but I'm worried it's just going to be one big back and forth. Like, you nick a box of my credits or whatever, I come into your base, nick a tank, you come into mine, nick all my sheep.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to actually ever get to play the main game, or are we just going to be bouncing between one another's bases, defending our livestock?
Yeah, they're going to have to come up with a way of doing it so it doesn't end up like that. Otherwise, it's just going to feel pointless playing it, isn't it? As you're just like as you say, somebody nicks something, you steal it back, and something else, they steal that back.
Exactly.
That's going to be a problem. So I hope they come up with a way to make it interesting.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of ways they could do it, aren't there? You could do like a one-a-day limit or whatever on invasions, because I'm going to call them that because that's what they are. You could make it so you get one attempt to steal your stuff back and that's it. Like, there's loads of ways they could do it, and I'm sure they'll come up with some way of stopping it from being theft ping pong, really.
Yeah.
Right, is there anything you've seen that kind of springs out at you as a new mechanic to Metal Gear, something we've not seen in the franchise before?
Yeah, but one of the things I really liked was when they showed how missions would adapt to the way that you played the game.
Oh, yeah.
So the example they gave was if you were using trank headshots a lot to take people out, then when you came to do other missions or come back to that base even, then the people would be wearing steel helmets to stop that tactic. The reason I like that is because obviously they've talked about this being an open world game and there's loads of different ways to approach it. And I like the fact that it's forcing you to explore those other ways.
And to adapt as well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's all very well having different ways of doing things, but it's very easy to settle into a pattern of things that work for you. So being sort of forced out of your comfort zone, I think that's really, really cool.
So if I played through like the beginning of the game just using my cardboard box to disguise myself as an enemy officer repeatedly, which somehow works once, I don't even know how that works.
Yeah.
Will enemy soldiers then come up to their officers and start prodding them to make sure they're not made out of cardboard?
Or just there on the field, you just look through your binoculars and just see officers getting prodded. Are you cardboard?
Yeah, come on, mate. We've seen that one before.
Yeah, but it's a really nice idea, I think. So.
It is, yeah. I mean, it works well in other games as well, like Batman. I think it was Arkham City where you had the Mr. Freeze fight. And that was a great example of that. So every time you used a tactic, that was it gone. Like, he would adapt to counter that effectively. So you can batarang him once, that will never work again. You can bomb him once, that will never work again. Like, it'll be a bit more forgiving than that in Metal Gear because it's a huge open world game and your options are kind of limited. But it's worked well in games before, and I can't see why it wouldn't work brilliantly here.
But yeah, I think that that Batman analogy works as well because it looks like there's going to be loads of gadgets and stuff. Like we've seen the decoys that you can use.
They're amazing.
Which you can also
they're pretty good.
Which you can also inflate underneath someone by a cliff edge and send them off the edge, which is classic Metal Gear. Like using something for a purpose other than its intended.
Yeah, like maybe a cardboard box.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really cool. So it looks like there's going to be loads of stuff like that. Climbing now as well.
I know, right?
So that's pretty cool.
That's new. The little jumping move that we saw in Ground Zeroes as well, the kind of dive to cover thing.
Yeah.
Combining all these tools, you're going to be able to do some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. I mean, probably I think the biggest new thing they've added there has to be the buddy system that we've seen. So Quiet, who was introduced quite a long time ago, we now know is a companion character who you can call in, and you can give certain orders, so to scout ahead for you or whatever, and pick out enemies. And obviously she can help in battle as well. We also saw a little wolf puppy as well. So you can find an orphan wolf puppy and raise him He's got an eye patch just like Snake.
Why wouldn't he have?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't there be a wolf with an eye patch?
Yeah. So I mean, we obviously we haven't seen a lot of the companion characters, but you'd imagine that each one will be suited to a different approach and will have different abilities.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. The one thing that sprung out to me is so far the 2 companion characters we've seen are a sniper and a wolf.
Yeah.
Right, sniper, wolf, Metal Gear. Oh, Kojima, you're pretty good.
Maybe they're all going to be like that.
Maybe.
Old.
I can't wait for the octopus of decoy octopus. We've got the decoy already. We're halfway there, man.
Yeah, we've got the decoy. Give us the octopus. We're done.
Playable octopus in Metal Gear. Thing is, I wouldn't put it past Kojima.
No, you wouldn't. No, that'd be.
Just get on the codex for an octopus.
That'd be amazing. But yeah, I mean, obviously that's going to be quite a massive change to the game. But it seems like a cool one, I think.
No, I think that's a really cool idea. Given that we've already got multiplayer in the form of the base building stuff as well, do you think there's maybe grounds for some kind of co-op buddy system?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, that could. I guess that could work, yeah. It's not.
I'm only saying that because I want to play as the wolf or the octopus.
No, that's perfectly reasonable, playing as the octopus. But it could work. I don't think it will be in there. I think it would just be AI companions, but it's certainly a possibility.
They've got enough on their plate as it is, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a small game.
No. So yeah. Anyway, that's a lot of stuff about Metal Gear, and it's looking really good. I think it's one I can't wait to play.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. 2015 is all we've got for a release date so far, unless you believe the coming 1984 thing that they teased before, in which case it's been out for 20 years, 30 years. Jeez.
Why are we even talking about this? We just
I know.
it.
Oh man, we missed the trick here. But no, keep your eyes peeled for a release date. It's supposed to be early 2015, but anything could go here because, like we say, the game is bloody massive.
And it looks like we are at a dead end here.